Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Not sure how many are there, but hello. Let's try and keep this white balance from freaking out. Mark will be here momentarily. He's still officially at work, of course, because he works till 2:30. As you know, I'm in Arizona and we don't have a time change here. It messes with your head. Yes, it does. Oh my goodness. So my glasses are filthy. Keep trying to clean them and I keep forgetting to do it when I'm in the bathroom and I'm around soap. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. I have my coffee. It's already getting cold. Dang. I hate that. Oh my gosh. It just doesn't stay warm long enough. That's all there is to it. Oh my goodness. Oh, itchy nose. We have things blooming. We're in our second blooming season here in Arizona, in southern Arizona. And it's crazy. It's really, my mesquite trees only bloom once, but everything else, yeah, I have fennel it got over 6 feet tall this season. And hey, Arnie, it's good to see you. Yeah, fennel over 6 feet tall, and I didn't eat it. I gave it to a friend of mine because it was nice and healthy, and we don't use pesticides. We don't really have a problem with bugs because the birds love our yard, so the birds take care of them for me. And we also have a couple of little geckos that live in a pile of rocks that we have in the center of the yard. And so they take care of some of them for me. And we just have this nice little symbiotic relationship. You know, they do for me, I do for them. Well, not symbiotic, but you know what I mean. It's rather beneficial for everyone. So yeah, but hi, Lulu. How is everyone? Hey, Pat. How's that baby kitty? She was so sweet last night. Oh my gosh. She is pretty strong for a little baby. Oh, this coffee's making me way too warm. Woohoo, man. Ah, good. I'm glad to hear that, Pat. Yeah, she looked pretty energetic last night. I was just watching. I was just like, oh, what do I say to this? You know, because it was just so sweet. I remember when I used to have a cat. She was a black, oh, I don't remember what, American short hair or something, but she she had kittens and I was there for their birth. I was there for everything. And they were like this deep, dark, almost black, sable brown, gorgeous long fur. Some of them had long fur and some of them didn't. But yeah, I think they were all sable black brown, except for one was gray, like a Russian blue. So gorgeous. Oh my gosh. But I got to be there. Oh, I would never throw them out, man. No way. No matter how many there are, no way would I do that. That's just inhumane. You know, you have a responsibility for that life. You can't just throw that away. It's just like, you know, your kids. And people look at humans differently than cats, but or dogs for that, or horses for that matter, but I don't. A life is a life. If you hear me drinking, I'm slamming down some coffee because I had a really rough night. I was up. My cat wouldn't leave me alone. I didn't get to sleep until almost midnight, and I woke up at 5 a.m. So I was up like every hour. And it was just, I would say it's a nightmare, but I wasn't sleeping. So anyway, I am freaking wiped out. No, Arnie, I don't either. It's terrible. So I gotta ask, how is the lighting and the sound for everyone right now? Okay. Yeah, Lulu, I agree. There should be, thank you, Pat. There should be something done. Actually, there is thank you, Kenny. Thank you very much. If they can catch them, because if they can catch the people that are mean to, I know in our state in Arizona, you can have a pretty steep sentence for animal cruelty. And it's just, I don't care. It's still not enough. But anyway, yeah. If they can catch them, and that's the whole key. If they can catch them, because if they drop them off in a box in the middle of the night, of course nobody's gonna. Well, they might see if they have a video camera, but I mean, catching them after that is damn near impossible, and I know that. Oh wow, Lulu, that's harsh, but I agree. I mean, breathing the air, yeah, horrible. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see, how far are we in? Almost 7 minutes. We'll give it a couple more minutes and let people come on in if they want to come on in. I'm going to get up and warm up my coffee real quick. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Holy moly. Okay, here I am. I'm back. The coffee's warm. I'm good. I'm a happy girl. So I got to apologize. I apologize for, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my hands are stained. I did some coffee dyed paper yesterday, and I still have to press it, but it came out pretty good. I used to make journals, and I thought, since I still have a ton of paper, I thought I'd give it another go and start making more journals. But yeah, so I made some coffee dyed paper, and I've got all kinds of, oh God, I have more stuff to make journals than I can ever use in a lifetime. So the only thing that I've bought so far is glue, adhesive tape, the two-sided tape, and some lacy stuff from the thrift store. So, hey, Green Blazer 416, how are you? Hey, Lisa, good to see you. Oh my goodness. Wow, you guys. It's getting to be a full house here. All right. Well, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. First thing I wanted to do is show you, Christmas is coming up, and I have a whole bunch of jewelry, like stuff like this, in my store. And I'm sorry about my scaly hands. Like I said, I was dying, and it's just they're having a hard time catching up. I lotion them all the time. But anyway, so this is real bone. It's a black lip shell pearl. One side is white, and that side is black-ish, and this side is white. And it's got filigree beads and obsidian and snow quartz, mother of pearl coin beads right there. A little toggle clasp with a tag. And yes, it's $42, 18-inch necklace. There we go. Yeah. And that's kind of, that's my side business. That's my business. It's making jewelry. That's what I like to do, but I also absolutely love books. So making journals is like, yay. Okay, anyway. So I wanted to show you guys that. If you want to go to my website and check out the jewelry that I have, plus crystals and, oh gosh, all kinds of stuff, you can go, there's on my YouTube homepage, there's a little banner, and in the bottom right-hand corner of that banner, there is a little icon with a little red raven in it, and that is my store. It's a link to my website. So if you're curious, you can go there and look. If you want, you can go on Facebook, and I have a store page, and I also have a closed group page where there's coupons, and I haven't been real active on that page because October was super busy for me, but I haven't been active on either one of those pages because October was really super busy for me. So I plan on getting a little bit more busy because, like I said, Christmas is coming up and people need to shop, and I plan on having some kind of sale at some point. So I'll figure that out later. So let's get started. I did a little bit of coloring on the flowers because I wanted to show you what I was going to do. They're not all going to be red, but I didn't do the center yet. I'm using, let's see, 4 different reds, and I'll go through the colors with you. And oh, remember, you guys, if you want to say something to me, please put it in caps in the chat so it catches my attention. I wear bifocals, and it's really difficult to keep track of what's going on if the chat gets to moving really fast. So if it's in caps, I see it better. Okay. And Lisa, yeah, you had a really busy October. Way busier than mine was. I'm not used to it. So anyway, there she is now. I did her lips, got her shaded, got the flowers, I've got the darkness here, but I finished this one. So like I said, so you guys could see where I was going. I'm planning on making them different colors. Like I want to make some purple. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Red and purple, and who knows, blue maybe. Yeah. So we're going to color that. Does anybody have any questions before we? Oh, thank you, Lisa. Wow. Hey, Starbuck. Good to see you. Got to get some coffee. Hold on. Woohoo. Oh, that's warm. Wow. I may have left it in there just a little too long. Okie dokie. Again, sorry about my sniffly nose. I'm just sniffly. Okay, I'm going to work on this flower up here, and then I'm going to do this one down here, the other one that's already started in red, and then I may change colors after that. But I wanted to get those two, and those two done in the red. I did some more shading around her. I deepened the shadows around her face. I put in a little like Tuscan red and a little bit of black and brown, and some more of the chestnut color, and blended it with the buff titanium, the luminance buff titanium, and I also used a little bit of Prismacolor white. So first one that I'm going to go for here is the Tuscan red, which is 9-3. Oh, that's not good. That's just coming right out. I'm going to switch my pencil extender here to this. Oh, that one's taken. Oh, let's just open a new one here. One moment. Yeah, it's. I was watching this lady on a video this morning. She said she's plastic container challenged. So she was opening a package, like a sample package from a store where she got a bunch of ephemera, and the lady was kind enough to close everything with washi tape instead of sticky. So she was having a much easier time with the washi tape. And I was just like, that is a really good idea. You can reuse the washi tape too. So yeah, neat. Did you guys see that? I almost lost the pencil inside there. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't have lost it. Yeah, there we go. Yep. Oh, thank you, Starbucks. Thank you very much. So we got Tuscan red, and I'm just going to sharpen this to a point, and I'm going to bring the shadows down inside of here a little bit more and define them. I like a nice sharp edge on where I'm doing the shadow, especially if it's going to be a different color. If it's going to be like, drastically different. And these are going to be green leaves, so it's, I didn't intend it to look Christmassy, but when you have red flowers, you kind of don't have a choice. And I do love red flowers. We have oh my gosh, a hibiscus. Was it a hibiscus? No, it was a hollyhock. Hollyhock growing over on the side of our house. And it was bright red. I love flowers. I'm allergic to most of them, but I love them anyway. Let's just make that darker in there. Okay, that's good. Don't want to overdo it. The next color that I have is Crimson Lake. It is $2.95, and this is another one of them fancy vintage pencil thingies. Oh, I gotta warn you guys, if I start getting really, really tired, I'm gonna call this one early, but hopefully I won't. Hey, Kathy. Aw. Did I miss anyone? I hope not. Hey, Green, when you come up with the homemade pencil holder, post it on Instagram so I can see. I love stuff like that. My father died when I was like 6, but he used to invent stuff, just invent stuff. He was very creative that way. He wasn't an artist, but he was very creative. So I'm just going to bring this out a little bit, real light pressure. And let's see, it's overlapping that way, so I'm probably just going to make these tips a little darker because this is the dark side over here. And you can see on her face, we've got, where's my brush? There it is, right where it's supposed to be. We've got light shining from this side. So I'm going to color accordingly on these flowers. Yes, they're some of them are in shadow. This one isn't. See how it's almost coming around the front of her face? I tried to make it look like the middle of the petal was lit up a little bit. So, yeah. So is anybody participating in any of the hashtag things? Oh, hey, you know what? Before I forget, I want you guys to go to, let's see. Gonna try and find this for you because it's about the event this weekend, and I wanted to post it because it looks amazing. And Lisa is one of the people that's going to be the artist that's going to be represented in here in this event, and Laura Rafferty and Christine Karen, and oh my gosh, it looks like so much fun. And Sammy from Color and Chat with Sammy is the one that's putting it on. And as soon as I find the video, I'm going to post the link for it. Oh, I think I need to mute that. That would be disturbing. I have so many things that come in every day. I'm just like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And there it is. Yep, that's it. Okay, I'm going to put the link in the chat. So you guys can go to this link and see what the event this weekend is all about. I'm also, there is the link to the video, and I'm also going to put the link to the schedule in here because I bookmarked it when Sammy posted it in her video this morning. There it is. And it's a spreadsheet that shows the times when everybody is streaming, everybody that's involved in this event. It's not a lot of people, so I don't think I'm going to be streaming over anyone. Let's see. Nope, let's see. Saturday, Friday evening. Nope, I won't. So I'm still going to be streaming. So hold on just a sec. Okay, here's the link to the spreadsheet with the schedule. There we are. So go take a look at those. Now, later, doesn't matter to me. Join us. I mean, I'm going to be there. If I'm not streaming, I'm going to be there. I'm going to watch it because, and I'm going to color too, because wow, look at all those, the color pages. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. They're so amazing. Lisa's is amazing. And Laura's is amazing too. She's, yep. I was telling you about that last live stream where she put the little cogs inside the fairy wings. Oh my gosh, so cute. But there's, oh my God, they're not one of them is bad. I mean, they're all gorgeous pictures. We have such great artists in this community, I swear. Anyway, so yeah, take a look at those. I'm hoping that there's a lot of attendance for this. I always hope that. It just helps people, you know. I mean, it helps these artists, and like, I don't know how many of these artists have. I know Laura has a day job where she works with computers, and I'm not sure about actually anyone else, but that's just because I haven't asked. So what do you do for a day job? You know, that's really none of my business. That's how I feel about it. But anyway, yeah, take a look. I'm just blending some of this color here, blending it up out of the dark, and I'm bringing it lightly in to the lighter spots. And I'm not going to use, I don't think I'm going to use the lightest red in this flower because it's facing away onto the shadowy side. So I'm just going to make it, you know, I'm going to put a little bit more of this dark inside of here. I think I might go over the edge because it's not very definite. I think I might go over the edge with darker red because I like that sharp line there. It's what it would really look like if there was something there. So this is Scarlet Lake. It's PC 923. I used, for this pencil, I used an F-matte pencil sharpener that makes this huge long point. It sharpens the wood and kind of makes a point on the core, but it doesn't take a lot of the pigment, the core pigment out. So I sharpened it once, like a month ago, and I don't use red a lot, but I use it enough. Like these other ones, I've sharpened a couple, maybe 3 times, and this one I haven't. It's because the lead it's stuck out so far. I didn't need to. So I just continue to rotate my pencil as I'm coloring and kind of keep that. If I want to make it a pointy lead, I'll just color something that, or I use a scrap paper and I color it until it has a point on it, at least one side. And it makes it really easy to keep it pointy. And it saves on the lead because you're not sharpening it off into the trash. So yeah, it's super cool. I'm looking at chat. Don't forget thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Hi, Heather. Oh, that's okay, Heather. I'm just so glad to see you. I missed all kinds of streams this morning because I was just so tired, and I didn't feel good, and I think I didn't feel good because I was so tired. But you know how that goes. So I'm sorry I missed everyone that I missed this morning, and I don't like to do that. I like to, you know, stop by and show my support, at least give a thumbs up and stuff. So I'm going to go back to the 925 Crimson Lake, and I'm just going to darken this up a little here, down here by the bottom of the petals where they go into the, I don't even know what that part is called because I'm not a flower expert. But let's just darken this up too. Darken to make it look like it's a little bit in shadow, even though it's technically it's, well, lit, but not like that one. Darken the tips on here a little bit. They're folding in, it looks like, so they might be a little bit darker. Yeah. And I think I'm going to take my Tuscan Red again, 937, and I'm going to make this line a little darker. Make it look like a shadow. There we go. There you go. The system didn't like the word but I let it go through. Yeah, Heather, the AFMATs are awesome. Yeah, attending streams can be crazy sometimes. There just seems to be a whole lot of them right now, like in the last week. And I think that's just because a lot of people are, you know, it's cold outside and a lot of people are home and they're realizing that they have time to stream. And then some of them, of course, their kids are going back to school, so they, again, have time to stream, which is cool. I say the more the merrier. I just don't want anybody to get upset with me because, you know, I'm trying not to step on toes. But I guess you just roll with it. What happens, happens, and you just got to deal with it when it comes along, right? Yeah. There we go. That's a little better. I want that deeper right there. And right there. Oops, sorry. And you know, I think I am going to put a little bit of this lightest. This is Carmine Red. It's PC926, so it's a little bit lighter and brighter. And I think I'm just going to put that like right out here on this to make it look a little different. And match the other flower too. Like that. Almost like a highlight, but because it's, I'm not going to put white on it. I'm just, because it's velvety. I mean, flower petals, they don't have like, well, these don't. They're not going to have a bright highlight. It's not bad. And I used the same colors for her lips because I wanted it all to tie in a little. So, and I learned that technique when I was oil painting. I would just like, it made the oil painting look a lot better. Nobody owns time. I like that, Heather. Yeah, you're right. Nobody owns time. We have to be kind to one another, you know. Kind goes a lot further than meanness. So I'm using my Crimson Lake 925, and I'm bringing out this Tuscan Red. I'm going to go over it a little bit, and I'm just going to bring that color out a bit on this one too. This flower won't take long because it's not really, it's not that big. But this one's going to have more of the lightest red in it because it's facing the light side. And I might later on come back in with black and just really darken these spots down here, because that will make the other colors pop out a little. Increase your contrast. Yes. So I'm just going to go, that's not bad. Lightly coloring. That's good. And then we're going to go to the pencil with the really long legs, Scarlet Lake 923. Well, thank you, Heather. Oh gosh, flawless. No, it's not flawless. There's lots of mistakes in there. It's just that I hide them well. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? I was oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me, Heather. You guys, Lisa has a video that she just put out this morning. Let me see if I can find it, about coloring crystals. And I have watched a whole bunch of different crystal coloring tutorials, and I like hers the best. And the reason why is because maybe it's the way she explains it, and the colors that she uses, I don't know. She's offered you a free page if you're in her Facebook group to use with this tutorial, and I highly recommend it because the video is short and to the point and very easy to follow. And the result is the crystals look awesome. They look awesome, and I think that I've been having a hard time trying to figure out. Even though I can see what they're doing on the tutorial, they're working. I mean, I have these books, like a Hannah Carlson book with all the crystals in it. And, you know, she loves to put crystals in her pictures, and I love it that she does that. But sometimes the crystals are so small, it's really hard to, it's hard to follow a tutorial with them because they're so small. Now, Lisa's picture is this size. So I feel like I'm going to be able to follow that. I haven't done it yet, but I feel like I'm going to be able to follow that easier because it's bigger. And then once I get the technique down, then I can modify it to smaller. And that's usually how I work. But yeah, so you guys, go to her YouTube channel. Just go to her YouTube channel. Just hover over her name and you'll get the 3 dots. Click on that and the little drop-down menu will pop up and it says go to channel. Go to channel. Click that video, you know, save it for later. Oh, you're welcome, Lisa. Hey, man, you're awesome. What can I say? Your tutorials are really great. I wasn't kidding. Hey, Carola. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Aw, sweet dreams. Yep, rest is important. Very, very important. Okay, so I'm going to keep coloring with the Scarlet Lake a little bit. I'm going to bring that out some. So I have been working, I've been working coloring, but I've also been working on the ephemera stuff. I absolutely freaking love that. Constructing a journal. I actually gutted a couple of books and I'm ready to, I created this. And no, it doesn't look like anything yet because it's this. It's muslin that I coffee stained and I crumpled it so it was all crinkly and I let it dry that way. And then I used an old box. This one I put in backwards. That's why there's glue on it. But I used an old protein bar box And I covered this. And I think what I'm going to do is make the signatures with a tie here and then go over that tie with a big piece of lace. I have a big, like, wide piece of lace. I was just going to go over it like that. But yeah, I've got all this ephemera. I've got photo albums full of my family's old pictures that I was just going to make collage sheets out of and cut them out and stick them in there. And oh my gosh, I've got so much stuff I can use. But yeah, that's my book cover. That's the first one that I did in this run. The other ones that I used to do were all leather, which were easier. They were simpler. But this one, yeah, I mean, look at that. It's coming out not bad, huh? It needs a little strip on the inside for support, but I'm going to put, and one of the things that I found works really good, and this is something that came to me the other day. This is a iron-on patch. And that is tough and thin and will last forever. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to use that. I'm just going to cut it to size and use that, and that'll be my spine reinforcement. So yeah, you know, use what you got. And I just happen to have like 15 packages of those patches. Oh my goodness. I bought them for other purposes, but I bought them to actually use patches, but I never used them up. So yeah, I'm just going to use them up on this. Once they're gone, I'll just use something else. So I'm going to come here with the really light red, and I'm going to use very light pressure. Oh, and I also found like 6 more decks of playing cards that I can make little tiny booklets out of. Oh, you do, Heather. That's so cool. Oh, Pat, good luck with the pan pastels. Okay, Lisa, have a good cooking session, I guess. We're having leftovers tonight, so yay. Leftover lasagna, which I probably shouldn't be eating, but yum cheese. Cheese I can have. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I never sneeze twice in a row. Oh my gosh. Woo. See what I mean? Sniffly. So anyway, light pressure. And for this one, because it's on this side, I may come in, I may use the buff titanium and put a little line around the outside of the petal here, because it's grayscale, it'll take really well. And I think that might make it look like it's sort of glowing a little bit, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll put the red in there for now. And then I think I'm going to switch to another color and stick all these in my little cup. I have this cup that I'm putting everything that I'm using. Di Serono. That's good stuff. Used to love that. Can't drink it right now, though. Too much sugar. I could drink vodka. Vodka doesn't have any sugar. Well, it has sugar, alcohol sugars in it, but it's not exactly the same thing. My body probably would convert it, but I'm not going to think about that. My favorite thing to drink is absinthe. Yeah, cereal boxes. In fact, the wax paper in bags inside of cereal boxes, you can make really cool pages out of those, glassine-like pages, and little envelopes. And you can use those with dried flowers and stuff, and stick those in your book. Vodka, yay. I used to make this creamsicle drink. It was Sunny Delight and vodka with a splash of 7-Up. And then you stick it in the blender, and it tastes like vanilla vodka. I'm sorry, vanilla vodka and orange juice and a little splash of 7-Up, and you stick it in the blender with some ice, and it comes out like a frothy creamsicle. It tastes like one of those orange and cream ice cream creamsicles. I love those, man. Drink those like water. And then Mark makes a killer mudslide. You could, oh my gosh. If you're sitting down and you're drinking the mudslides he makes, do not stand up quickly. because they go down so easy. They don't even taste like there's any alcohol in them. And he puts like Godiva chocolate and Kahlua and chocolate syrup, and oh my God. Oh, that's a good idea too, Green. I love reusing stuff. I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna come back over here with the Crimson Lake, and I'm gonna make this a little darker, just a little bit, like down here, because I don't think it's dark enough just down here. But I also want it bright. That's why I'm using the Crimson Lake, like this. Oh, come on! My notifications popping in. I noticed the other day that they had salted caramel Crown Royal in Walmart. And I was just like, oh, because I love salted caramel. So I don't like caramel, but I like the flavor. So I was just looking at this going, oh, man, that is a bummer. How come they couldn't come up with this sooner, right? When I could still drink, because I probably would have been drinking that just straight out of the bottle. Yeah, I used to be kind of a lush. Hey, Mark.
Hi, everybody.
Mark's here. Is it 2:30 already? Oh, it's 2:40. Awesome.
Yeah, a couple things I was taking care of.
He's taking care of stuff. Stuff like that always reminds me of Pulp Fiction, where they're like, you mean take her out? No.
Baby.
That doesn't look too bad. Okay, now let's do, I'm thinking, I think I did purple last time, so I think I'm going to do some blue flowers. So I'm going to pick 4 blues, like I picked the 4 reds. I may not use them all. I might pick more than that, but I'm definitely going to use red. So those are going in there because I may want to do more red flowers. I mean, I'm going to pick blue. I got it. I got this. Hey, Mousy Deb. Good to see you. No fair. Praline flavored cream and non-cream liquor that is, oh, I bet it's yummy. Holy, man. It's just not fair. Sorry, that was my phone vibrating. I probably should put a piece of cloth down or something. You know what? It reminds me, Mark said that if I put some kind of fabric down or something, it would help with the white balance. And I thought I had a piece of leather over here I was going to use. There it is. Yep, there it is right there. Underneath everything else. And it's black and it absorbs the light. So that should, I'll just put my brush on top of it. That way I can find my brush really easily. Only thing is it drops little bits all over my picture. Kind of annoying, but oh well. Okay, so I'm going to start with indigo. And do I want the barrel one or do I want the new one? Which one's darker? That one will do, I think. And then let's go with, what's this? I don't want violet blue. I want the, oops. Hey, that was kind of cool. Let's see what Copenhagen blue looks like. And then a light blue, medium-ish blue. What's this? Is this electric blue? Blue, it certainly is. It's almost the same color as Copenhagen. I don't want that one. Let's try this one. What is this? This looks cool. It's the next lightest color. Blue Lake. And then let's go to, what is this? Blue, Deco Blue. So there's 4 blues. And I think that'll look cool. I think I'm going to make this one blue because the butterfly is going to have orange on it. So that would look cool too. Hi, Brittany. Good to see you. Oh, now see, you know what? I think today is everybody's day for being tired because I'm exhausted too. I was just saying earlier I might call this one early because if the coffee stops working, I might have to go lay down. I'm pretty tired. Got probably a total of about 3 hours of sleep last night, which is not good for anyone. What do we... Okay. Green is describing something. Oh, this core is crooked, I think. That's okay. We'll use the pencil anyway until we can't use it anymore. That's how I feel about it. You can hear me rustling around in my little trash container. Okay. Okay, Heather. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You have sweet dreams. Get some good rest. Tell your family we said hi. A short pencil extender. I get it. Okay. I get it. Okay, let's see here. Those are sharpened, so let's see what they look like together. I should have done that before I sharpened it, but oh well. I'm just going to swatch them over here. Why don't I just bring my swatch paper over here? Make sure these all look good next to one another and overlapping and stuff. Ooh, I like that. I don't like, let's see. I don't think that's dark enough, but that's the darkest blue that I have. So I'm probably going to have to supplement that with black, which is fine with me. Get all this stuff off of here. I've got glue stuck to my cutting mat here. It's glass, so it doesn't matter. It comes right off, but it makes for bumps underneath my picture, and I completely forgot to clean it all off while I was waiting to start live streaming today. So it's on me. Okay, so we're going to, there, she's peeking out. We're going to work on that big flower right under the butterfly. And he's going to cast a shadow, he or she is going to cast a shadow on the flower. Oh my gosh. Brittany, there are about 7 layers on this. I've been doing art for so long that it's like second nature to me, and coloring in faces is something that I absolutely love to do. I like drawing them. I have a self-portrait that I did of me in a cloak that Mark from a photograph that Mark took of me, and the face, I was so picky about it. I can show you guys if you want to see it. Coffee's cold again. That just doesn't last long enough. But yeah, I've been drawing faces. Oh, you want to see it? Okay, hold on just a sec. I know right where that is. Oh, sniffles. Okay. I have it on a cradle board because I was sitting on the couch. Okay, here is the photograph that I converted to black and white. I'm wearing a cloak. In the color picture, it's orange, bright orange. So I converted it to black and white so I could more clearly see the shade and light. And here is the drawing. You can see the whole thing. So I didn't put in like the little gold spots on the sheer scarf. I just made it a sheer scarf. So yeah, but that's a self-portrait that I did, and I took a few liberties with the background and changed it a little bit because I wanted to make, I wanted to make it better, easier, so. Oh, thank you, Pat. Brittany, it could be your paper. So thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I had so much fun doing it. It took a little while because I'm picky, but I had a blast doing it. I always do when I do stuff like that. Yeah, Brittany, it could be your paper. It could be the combination of the pencils on the paper. It could also have something to do, and I heard this from other artists, with the humidity, because the humidity affects your paper. If it's higher humidity, you have to kind of factor that in. The artist that I heard this from, he works a lot. His name is Alan Williams, and he works a lot with graphite, with very soft graphite, and he is a brilliant artist. If you've seen the movie Alien, one of his idols is H.R. Geiger or Giger. I'm not sure how you say that because everyone pronounces it not the same. But yeah, he's, and also Beksinski is one of his that he was influenced by as well. So you can see that in his work. And if you don't know who those artists are, please Google them, because I say, the more exposure you have to art, it's like, that saying, garbage in, garbage out. Well, this is creative in, creative out. If you expose yourself to more creativity and more art and more different art, then the more creativity and art will come out of you. And that's always been true for me. And I hope that it's true for other people too. And I'm not just giving you a bunch of bad advice. But yeah, so Beksinski, for crying out loud, Beksinski and Geiger and Alan Williams. Yes, like a sponge. Yeah. The best paper to use, I would say, is, let me grab my little sketch pad and I'll show you. Is that it? That's it. This is a paper I like. It works really well with Prismacolors. It is colored pencil paper. It's 100 pound, 163 gram. This is the picture on the front of it, so you know what to look for. I think it comes in like 5x7. This is a 9x12. It comes in bigger too, but this is really awesome paper. Or is it 8x6? But anyway, it comes in smaller than this, and it comes in bigger than this, and in sizes bigger than this. And one side of it is a little smoother than the other side. So you have a choice. The pages are perforated and it's on a ring binder. I think you can also, it's on a ring binding, but I think you can also get it on, the glued in binding. But I love this paper. This is really great. Another paper that I use is this Tone Tan, which is 80 pound. It's 118 gram. And this is also a 9. So this one's a little thinner, and the colored pencil paper is a little heavier. And it's not pure white. The one that I have is not pure white. It's more like it's more like a slight cream or antique white. And then the Tone Tan is, of course, darker and tan. But this is great if you're working with, if you want to work with charcoal, white charcoal or white pencil, This is a great paper. It's smoother on it again. Feels like it's smoother on one side than it is on the other, but only very, very slightly. So either one of these papers will work, and you can get them both on Amazon. Just look up Strathmore Tone Tan or Strathmore Colored Pencil, or you can get them at your local. I don't know if you have a local craft store. We have Hobby Lobby and Michael's. And what I like to do is go in and just get one thing and use the 40% off coupon because it's almost like wholesale. So it's cheaper that way. And who has an abundance of money right now? Nobody.
I don't know if you saw it, but Brittany had it to print on.
Oh, to print on. Oh. Yeah, you should have your PhD. That's funny, Pat. I agree. And I think if Mark had thought of that, he probably would have said the same thing to me. Oh, to print out pictures on. You can print out pictures on that Tone Tan, and it will go through my printer, and my printer is a really picky printer. You can also put the colored pencil paper through the printer. You have to trim it, of course, if your printer won't take a 9x12. Some printers do. I used to have an Epson that took that would print a 9x12, which was awesome because I didn't have to worry about trimming anything. But you also may be able to take your Tone Tan and colored pencil paper to like an office supply store that does printing and give them the paper and say, hey, I want to, and a zip drive and say, hey, I want to print this PDF that I purchased onto this paper, and they should be able to do it for you because if you purchased it, there's no copyright deal. There's no copyright infringement on that. So, but yeah, either one of those papers. This is on cardstock, and I really am not liking the cardstock now that I've started using the other types of paper because they're just so much better. If I want to do something that looks really smooth and I don't care about a wax bloom, and I'm just doing it for like this is okay for this because I'm not looking for a masterpiece, but I am looking for something that you guys can see that looks good. So putting it on cardstock is an option too. It's probably a lot cheaper. So for practice, especially, cardstock would probably be the way to go, and then start using the more expensive paper. Hey, there's Mark. Cut larger papers down, right. Brittany, Lisa Matrakin, the lady that was just here, she's going to start having drawing tutorial classes on YouTube. Well, classes, live streams. I think she's going to be doing one about a basic how to draw a face, how to draw people's faces. I highly recommend going to it because and go to her page on Facebook and Lisa Matrakin. And let me see if I can get you that link. Anyway, I highly recommend watching her tutorial videos because she is really good at explaining stuff. Oh, for heaven's sake. Gosh, I get a lot of requests for friend requests from people that I don't recognize their names, and I probably know them. It's just I don't recognize their name because they're not known by that name in chat or something. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Her group is called Talm, The Art of Lisa Matrakin. Discussion. Okay, let me get this for you. Copy. This is Lisa Matrakin's page. Like I said, highly recommend it. Join the page, tutorials, etc. There we go. Cool. There you are. Okay, I'm going to start coloring this flower blue. I'm starting with my indigo 901. And I'm just going to do just barely the deepest parts here. Like I said, I'm probably going to go through with some black on the very, very deepest parts. I'm starting out darker in the middle and fading up with lighter pressure as I go up. And the artist has done a great job. Mariola Budek has done a great job with suggesting where to put your darkness, where she's got these lines coming down like this. It makes it a lot easier because you can go, oh, okay, well, that's going to be kind of a shadow. It's a suggestion of where the shadow should go. And that is a big help, I think. Unless you're going to change your light direction, in which case, well, it's a little more difficult. I want to say yon, but, you know, I'd never do that.
Michelle says hi, and Brittany wants to know what's a good cheap printer.
Hi, Michelle. A good cheap printer. I think, yeah, you should go. What you should do is go to the printer department in an electronics store, computer store, or whatever, and ask them, because all I know is what I have experience with, and I haven't had that many printers in my life. So right now we have an HP, which works fine, but I don't like it near as much as my Epson. My Epson was like 3 times the price because it could print large format prints like 9x12s, and it could do it on paper or photograph paper or thick paper. I didn't care. It was like the awesomest printer ever, but you paid for what you got. So with the Epson printer, it did a lot more, but it costs a lot more. Now the HP that we have isn't bad, but cardstock is about the heaviest paper that it'll take. So it's up to you. And I do suggest, just asking, go online and look into your office supply stores and stuff like that, and look at the reviews. It's well worth it, because a lot of people will, no filter. They'll just tell you like it is. So
you can also do a search for top 10 best printers, and that'll at least give you a starting point.
Mark says that you can do a search for the top 10 best printers, and that'll give you a starting point. So I did not know that. Thank you. But yeah, might take a little bit of research, but in the end, it'll save you some money and frustration, more likely than not. So my cat, I don't know what the hell sorry guys, potty mouth. I don't know what her problem is, but every time I got up last night, she was right under my feet, meowing and meowing and meowing. And last night, like early evening, I think it was like 9:30, 9 o'clock or something like that, she came into the bathroom with me, and I'm sitting there, of course, on the potty, and she's meowing and meowing and meowing. So I'm like, oh, you're so cute. So I started petting her, and she bit me. I was just like, what the heck? And she's got sharp teeth, man. So anyway, she bit me. I know it's probably a love bite. I know. But she freaking bit me. Anyway, so today I'm walking around. I'm in the kitchen. I'm standing there looking, I don't know, at something. I think I was reading something or whatever, a label, because I do that. And she comes in the kitchen and she's meowing and meowing and meowing at me. And Mark says, well, she just wants some attention. And I'm like, she bit me last time. No. Go talk to Dad. So anyway, she's always been like that, though. And I know they're probably love bites and all, because they're not really, if she really wanted to draw blood, she totally could. and she knows that. But she bit me. And she's got sharp freaking teeth, man. She's an indoor cat. She doesn't go out and chew on animal bones or anything. Please tell me that wasn't a phone call. Okay, cool. Cool. I've got my phone right here beside me. Like right there. Wait, right there. And I've got it on vibrate because I get a lot of notifications, and if it's really, and I get calls from doctor's offices, in which case if I get a call from a doctor's office, I probably should take it. But the thing is I get a lot of notifications. So half the time when I get something that comes in, it's a notification, but I just got 2 in a row. So I thought my phone was ringing, and it wasn't. It was just notifications. So that's a good thing.
Hi.
Who? Amanda, yay. Hi. Good to see you. Oh, that's a good idea, Green. Yeah, Melcy Deb. She was mad. I think she was ticked off because I was not listening to her. She kept talking, and I was just like ignoring her. She's in the doghouse, or cat house, as the case may be, but not a real cat house. I just made Mark laugh. I win.
You broke the husband.
I broke the husband. Okay. So you can see where I'm going with this. I've got the darkest places kind of, I want to say highlighted, but it's more like dark lighted. Let me hold this up so you guys can see. Okay, there we go. And I realized that this is going to be darker on the back of this. This is a folded over petal. It's going to be darker like on this. There's going to be like a little shadow right there. I need to put another little shadow in there. You see what I mean? Yeah, not quite done, but I wanted to show you what it's looking like so far. And then the butterfly is going to cast a shadow on the flower too. So let's put it back under this black piece of leather so I can tone down the flash.
Hey, just so you know, too, that seems to be working really well.
Good. I'm glad it works. You guys can still see what I'm working on, so that's a good thing. A little bit of a line of shadow right there. And make that a little darker, just on the edge. I really, really like this grayscale because it gives you a lot of freedom with how you shadow stuff. It doesn't give you total freedom because the shapes are still there, but hey, it's good enough for me. I love doing flowers. I was so intimidated about flowers when I first started coloring, and I was just like, I don't want to mess that up. I'm not going to touch it. But here I am doing flowers. And I have one of those, what is it, Floribunda, I think, where some of the stuff is in color. And I haven't done anything in it. That book is amazing. It was one of the first coloring books I got because I love flowers. And I didn't color in it because I was just like, the paper is amazing. It's heavy paper. It can probably take alcohol markers like a dream, I'm thinking. But I'm just like, now I look at it differently. Now I'm just thinking, it's paper. It's a picture. Color it, darn it. Go for it. Let's see, let's put a little bit more shadow right there on that edge. And a little darker spot down here. And a little bit right here. Let's see. I don't know what I'm going to do in the middle of these flowers yet. That's why I'm not coloring them. I haven't decided.
Hey, I'm going to back you up a second. You had said that you were leery about doing flowers. How did you overcome that?
How did I overcome my fear of doing flowers? I started doing flowers on PDFs because the PDFs, if you have a PDF on your computer, it doesn't matter if you mess it up because you can just print up another one. So what did I have to lose? A piece of paper and a little bit of time and pigment. It's worth it. It's worth it to get your practice in. That's what I say now. It's just paper.
And if you don't have the PDFs, you could take your picture to like the local library and make copies, or somewhere where you can make copies.
You know what? That's true. You probably could take your PDF as long as you purchased it. You could probably take your PDF to like a local library and copy it. And I think the libraries are either free to copy stuff or very, very inexpensive. So that is a really good point, Mark. Thank you.
I try.
Ah, cold coffee. Blah.
Are you gonna throw it away?
No, I'm not going to drink the rest of it. It's gritty at the bottom. I use a French press for my coffee because I usually only drink like 1 or 2 cups at a time. One, basically. But it's a big mug. It's like a 12-ounce mug. Oh, you haven't either. Bad.
Pancakes.
Pancakes, Brittany. I'll be right over. Pancakes. I love pancakes. And French toast. Oh my gosh. That's what I haven't had in a long, long time. I need to make some French toast.
Sorry.
Yeah, French toast.
Drooling over your thanks.
Mark just drooled on himself. You need a bib.
Drool buckets.
Drool buckets. For heaven's sake. Okay, so this color is Copenhagen Blue, which I love. PC 906. It's a great color, especially for blending from the indigo, which is going quite well, actually. And over here on this side, I might just go skip from the Copenhagen all the way to the Deco Blue, because this is coming out of shadow quite abruptly, this petal. But if I go to the, great thing about that plan is, if I use the Deco Blue, the lightest blue that I have out to use, on the edge of this petal, and it doesn't look right, I can always use a darker blue in there and adjust, because that's my lightest blue. And if you go too dark, you can't do that. So it's a good plan. Oops, sorry. Use your brush. There we go. Is it better? French toast with vanilla and cinnamon. Rochelle, oh my God, that sounds so good. Oh, I'm sorry. I just did a Homer Simpson thing there. Did I drool on myself?
As long as you don't drool on the paper.
I'm not going to drool on my paper. You know, it's funny. I've started doing, when I'm coloring, I've started going, when I start my coloring, I go into it. Oh man, my lead broke. Well, that bites the big one. Excuse me, guys. I got to use my other sharpener for a minute. Anyway, I go into coloring with the attitude like I am just going to doodle, and it doesn't matter. And at some point during the coloring, I discover that I don't want to mess this up. It's important all of a sudden. And I don't know. I don't know if you guys are like that or not. I just thought I'd mention it. Hold on a sec. Let's see if my lead is broken again. Seems to be okay. There. That's what I do when my lead breaks. I'll use the sharpener and I'll get this nice point like this. And then from then on, after I get this point and use that up, then I use this one. And I just have found that that's a good process for me. You know, that needs a little bit more dark right inside of there. Yeah, that's better. Hey, Mrs. Coffee. And you guys, Mrs. Coffee has a YouTube channel. If you haven't visited her yet, you should, because she is so funny. She always, I mean, I don't comment that I'm laughing all the time because the chat goes super duper fast because she has lots of people in chat. But I sit here and ask Mark. He hears me laughing from the other room and he knows I'm watching Mrs. Coffee. So yeah, visit her channel. Like I said, you can get to her channel by hovering your mouse pointer over her name, and there will be 3 dots that appear to the right of the name. Click on that. A drop-down menu will appear that says go to channel on your first. It's got 3 options, and one of the options is go to channel. Click that. It should open up a new, if you're on a computer, it should open up a new tab or window, and then you can just go there and subscribe. And you know, it doesn't hurt to subscribe. You can always not go to the streams, but I always say it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt anything to subscribe to all these channels, because you don't have to go to all of them, but it helps everybody. So why not? Why not? Anyway, Pat has a channel too. Anybody with a channel, put up your 3 hearts if you want to, so people can tell that you have a channel and they don't have to search. And then that would be, like, I guess, more expedient, because then you could just see where everybody with a channel is. Put 3 hearts up in chat. If you have an Instagram you want to share your Instagram name in chat. I totally have no problem with this, because I want everybody to know who everybody else is, and I want everybody to be able to support everybody else too, because we need to stick together. We need to do this, guys.
And everybody has really good ideas.
Everybody does have good ideas, and that's good. That is a great thing. This is a creative community. So when we start talking about what we can do, you know, how we can improve things, our creative juices start flowing, you know, when we talk to other creative people. And that's one of the great things about communicating, having conversations with creative people, because it spurs your imagination onto different things as well. Like, I was watching a video this morning, for example, and the lady got a, you know, those little coin holders? You stick a coin inside. It's got a little round window. It's clear. You stick a coin inside and you can see both sides of the coin, and then you fold it over and it seals. And then you've got your coin in there, and it can stay in really good condition, okay? Well, this lady doesn't collect coins. She does journaling, junk journals. She makes junk journals. And she got these from a friend. She sent her, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of these little coin holders. Well, she put dried flowers inside of them. And I was like, oh, that looks so cool. Just like distress the edges of that thing. Stick that in a journal as a little embellishment. That's gorgeous. And I have dried flowers. But I don't have the coin holders. What I have are old baseball card pages with the little rectangle holders. And those will work too. All I have to do is, like, make a hinge out of washi tape and stick that in my journals, a junk journal, as an embellishment with dried flowers inside. I could even put dried leaves, something flat and light, you know. I just thought it was a great idea, using the coin holders like that. I'm not going to shade where the butterfly is casting its shadow yet until I have the whole flower done, because it's the colors that I'm going to be using out here are going to be lighter. So I can go over that with a darker color and shade it, I think, more effectively if I wait, because right now I'm concentrating on the blending gradient of the flower petals, and I want to stick with that process before I start something else. So that's why I'm doing it this way. This needs to be darker in there because that is folded over. And I want to show that it's kind of darker like that. And I'm using, when I go down here to this little line and to the base right here, I'm using heavier pressure because I need that to be darker. I still don't think it's dark enough, but that's what black is for, right? Mark laughs. I'm serious, man. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys, I can't remember who it was that was asking about the ephemera that I was putting together. I was putting together some ephemera supply bags, and I actually got 3 put together. It's taken a little while because I wasn't feeling well, but I got 3 put together, and I'm using lace, and I have all these papers, pre-cut things, vintage sheet music, and I'm going to put them in my Etsy store, but I think I might also put them on Instagram and do an Instagram sale first. I'm going to go down in this little corner with the indigo blue, darken that up just a teeny bit. There we go. That looks better already. Minx, what a cool name. Top chat party for Lulu. That's a good name for a little kitty. She is really beautiful. You know, Pat, I was thinking about her markings on her face. She's got, it looks like almost like a bullseye tabby markings on her body. And around her face, she's got, hey, Bev, how you doing? But she's got that brownish around her mouth and her eyes that looks really cool and is kind of, I don't know, it looks sort of like out of place. But what I wanted to say was when a friend of mine was taking in cats, she had an Egyptian Mau, half Egyptian Mau. I don't know if you guys know what that is. You should look it up if you don't, because Egyptian Maus is spelled M-A-U. They're absolutely gorgeous cats, and they are super, super expensive. They are a specialty breed, and they have the best personalities. It's just amazing. They're amazing cats. But I think that's the one I'm thinking of. That she's got that coloring around her face like that. Egyptian Maus have that too, I think. I hope I'm thinking of the right one. But anyway, so it looks like she might have that in her bloodline. I'm not sure. Hard to say with cats. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Coffee. Tell him I said thank you. I'm not sure if I should be worried at how he's looking at your pet. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, Mrs. Coffee. Yeah, well, here. There, is that better?
Wait, how old is he?
Mark wants to know how old your son is, and I can't remember. I apologize. 8. He's 8. There you go.
Nah, don't worry about him. He's fine.
Did you hear what he said? Don't worry about him. He's fine. Sure. Sure.
That's my story.
That's his story, and he's sticking to it. What are we at? 124.
Ooh, Rochelle had Russian blues.
Oh, Russian blues. Man, oh, man. Gorgeous.
Yeah, they are very pretty.
My sister had a Russian blue. She named that cat Eddie Van Halen. She loved Van Halen at the time that she had this cat. Well, I got a story about this cat, and this is kind of funny. So my little sister Stacy, okay, she's a sweetheart. She's one of my heroes. She is you can't tell her not to do anything. She will set her mind to it and do it. That's just how she is now. She's super cool. But anyway, this was years ago. This was about 25 years ago. We were babies. She'd just gotten married to a guy that was a brother of my boyfriend, my fiance at the time. So Brett was her husband's name. And Brett was a career Marine. And he was a freaking Marine, let me tell you, okay? He was a little overweight. And I made the mistake of saying something about it. And he, from that time on, didn't like me. Not that I cared. But so one morning, I'm over at their house. Well, it was actually their parents' house because they all lived in this big house. And it was three brothers and my sister. And so Brett and Stacy, they're in their bedroom and they're waking up. It's like Sunday morning, I think. And oh my God, we all of a sudden hear Brett scream, "Ow!" And then we hear this big thud on the wall, right? And we're all like, what the heck just happened in there? And of course, Brett's dad, goes to the door and he's like, "Are you okay in there? What's going on?" And Brett comes out and he's like, "Ow, ow, ow." And what happened was they were laying in bed and they were waking up, right? What does a guy do first thing in the morning? What does a lot of people do? You stretch, you scratch. Stop there. You scratch. Guess what he was scratching? Parts. He was scratching his parts and the cat attacked him. And so he tried to pick the cat up and throw it off the bed. And the cat, of course, latched onto his hand. And he was like, so that's where he yelled because the cat surprised him. And then he yelled, the yell went on because as he tried to throw the cat adhered to his hand. And I guess he threw so hard that it went like that and flew off and hit the wall. And that's what the big thud was. That's my cat story for today. Eddie Van Halen goes flying through the air. Oh my gosh. Poor kitty. I know, man. This cat, I swear. I think it disappeared for a few hours after that, too.
Gee, I wonder why.
Right? Poor baby. But he was a Russian blue, yeah. He had a heck of a personality. Gosh darn it. G-rated. Okay, I'm going to switch now to this lovely blue lake color, which is, yeah, it's good. And let's see, how do I want to do this? Yep. I'm just going to go really lightly with the blue lake. And that is, of course, because if I need to, I can erase it. If it's really light, I can erase it to a point. And then, there might still be some there, but I can modify it easier if there's only a little bit there. This butterfly looks like it's got a little face, like a human face. It's kind of creeping me out. Help me. Yeah, that's from The Fly, the original movie, The Fly. All these Halloween movies, and I never even thought of that one. I'm ashamed of myself. Yeah, I need to do this really light because I need to still shadow over here so it looks like it's cupped. And I need to shade in here too. And I don't want to, I want to make it easy for myself. I'll put it that way. Okay. Yep, it blends really well. This color, this Blue Lake color. It's a really great color to blend with, even if you're going lightly. Not sure what color her eyes are going to be. Anybody have any suggestions about what color her eyes should be? If we made them blue, the blue flowers would help bring that out, but I don't know if I want to make them blue. When I did the Mariola Budek's Moon Sun, that lady that I did, I made her eyes violet. And I got that idea from Elizabeth Taylor because her eyes were supposedly violet. I don't know. I've never seen a...
One blue, one green.
Whoa, I like that idea. Who said that?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Teal. Yeah. Teal's nice. I like that. Maybe I should make a teal flower too, so it kind of ties in. Teal's a nice color. And I'm not going to worry about going over the butterfly's antenna with my blue because I'm just going to make that a darker color and make those a darker color anyway. So that gives me a little bit more freedom to just color this petal. Just planning ahead a little bit. Rotating my pencil as I try to do always to make sure that there's a point on the end of the lead. So you guys, I'm getting closer to 400 subscriptions when we're going to have the giveaway. She had an illness, Pat, that made her eyes violet. True story, really? Do you know what the illness was? That's interesting. I did not know that.
Diane just joined.
Oh. Hey, Diane. Oh, it's okay, Diane. As Emily would say, you're not late. You arrived precisely when you need to or want to. It's a wizard thing.
A wizard is never early, nor is he late.
Nor is he late. Or she. Only would you be called a wizard if you were a she?
Why not? You can be a witch and be a man.
That's true. Oh my goodness. That's not looking too bad here. Pretty sure that this is a petal and I think it's coming from, you know what? I'm going to do some darker down here because I think this is a petal coming from this same flower. I'm going to put some indigo down here, kind of lightly, but I'm going to make this line darker right there so I know where the edge is. Like
that. Hey, take a quick look at chat. Mousy Deb wants to know whether Things will work over Prisma. And Mariola, I'm sorry, and Lulu was asking, talking about having a hard time with skin.
Okay, Mousy, will polys work over Prisma? They should. I've never had a problem with them. Start out light, like with everything, and make sure, like, start coloring on a just to make sure that you like the way that if they're going to react to each other, you like the way that they're reacting to each other if they're going to. And so start on like a little corner somewhere that's out of the way and make sure that it's going to look okay for you. Because, I mean, it's a personal preference mostly. I don't see why they wouldn't work. Polys over Prisma. Because Prisma, polys are, polychromos, those are harder, aren't they? Are they oil-based than the Prismas? The Prismas are nice and soft. So it should work. Lulu, you're coloring Mariola Budek, but you're having a bit of a hard time with the skin. There are a whole bunch of skin tutorials on YouTube, but for now, I would say try switching it. If you're having a hard time with the skin and you're starting out light, maybe try switching it and start out dark and define your shadows first, and then blend from there. And then when you get like, you start with your darkest color and then you go your next lightest color, and start by going over the darkest color with that next lightest color and bringing the color out a little bit, but leaving a space, because as you get toward the lighter spaces on the skin, your, of course, your color is going to be lighter. So don't, like, for example, when I colored her nose, I have a dark spot here that's very dark, and this is very dark up here, but this is the same, like almost the same darkness, and so that's my darkest color. And then I started there with my next lightest color, and I brought my color out, and then I started over that with really lightly with the next lightest color, which was clay rose, and I colored over everything with clay rose except for where I knew I wanted to highlight. I didn't color anything in the highlight spot. And then that kind of made it blend well. And then after that, when I was doing my most lightest color, which was seashell pink, I did the same thing again, where I did just a really light, scratchy layer over almost everything except for the darkest darks. And then I brought that color out, but I still left some white where I knew that my extreme highlight was going to be. I didn't color on that part. So when I went into color on that part, what I did was I used titanium buff, or it's an off-white color. It's almost white, but not quite. And the reason why I used the not quite white is because I didn't want it to look really drastically white. So that's kind of what I would suggest, just kind of going over it, pushing your pigments out, like maybe, I don't know if you paint, but smoothing them out, starting from, your darkest, and then not quite your darkest, and then moving your color out, and then leaving that white space. You kind of have to plan ahead for the white highlight space. So try that. And then if it doesn't work, if you're already working, starting with the darkest darks, and that's not working for you, then I would suggest doing it the other way around. Like starting with your white, find out where your white is, and then start with your next darkest color, which of course for me it would have been seashell pink, and then color like the whole thing seashell pink, and then keep coming toward your darkest spots with your next darkest color and your next darkest color. So it really depends on the person, whether you start with a dark or you start with a light. You just have to start in the right place with it, and keep your lighting consistent too. Make sure that you don't change where you're going to put your highlight halfway through. And sometimes I forget, and I'm like, oh crap, I just colored over my highlight spot. Well, sometimes you can erase it, and sometimes you can use like the titanium buff, or a Prismacolor white, or a Prismacolor cream, or something really, really light, and you can go over that. Or you can use a complementary color that's going to like neutralize it. And that you got to be really careful with, because if you put too much of that complementary color, you're going to change the color scheme of your skin. So I suggest practice, practice, practice. Print up some PDFs. Laura Rafferty has a really great PDF packet. It's called Color My Doodles, where she just has some really, really light line drawings of faces. And I think it's like, I don't know, it's not very expensive, but I would suggest something like that in order to practice, because you still get a face. You're still coloring a face. Also, people who have tutorials for skin colors, Lisa Matrakin, Laura Rafferty, Pat has done some, Sammy, Color with Faithful Girl, Belinda, she's done some. Let's see who else. Probably Color with Claire has done some. But if you just search skin tutorials, you'll probably come up with a few. And I suggest watching as many as you can. I know this is long-winded and I'm sorry, but I suggest watching as many different ones as you can, because you will pick up something from every one of them, and then you can tailor it to yourself. So I hope that helps.
So to catch you up, Deb says polys are harder. Pat says prisms are wax-based and polys are oil-based.
Okay. So they're kind of talking amongst. Yeah, good. So that's good. Yeah, it's good to get advice and tips and pointers from other people. Everyone, I mean everyone. Pick brains all the time, because we are all unique and we all have different ideas. And that's the best thing about being in a chat like this or being in a community like this, is because we can, it's a gold mine of information, you know? Even
like you said earlier, you can take everybody's idea and then tailor it to
yourself. Right. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. We're getting there. I love this blue. Man, it's gorgeous. Real lightly. I feel like we're getting somewhere here. Even though we're coming down to the 2-hour mark in about 20 minutes, 19 minutes or so. Did somebody else come in? Diane.
Brittany came back.
Brittany came back. Yay! Welcome back, Brittany. Okay, now that I have all of my flower first 2 or 3 layers colored in, I am going to go back in there with my indigo. I'm going to darken some of these darker spots. If I could talk correctly, this would be so much easier. Boop. Laura does the whole sound effect, and I do the whole boop. I like to boop the cat. She hates it, but whatever. I feel like it's my revenge for her being so loud at night. You know how loud that is? Oh my God. Middle of the night, everything's quiet. All of a sudden the cat starts meowing really loud. And she started doing this weird thing where she has a scratchy voice. So I don't know, maybe she's imitating me, because I get a scratchy voice. Let's make that darker. Just like I said I was going to do. And side.
Sure.
And she bit me. You got that right.
Well, I was also looking at
Mousie's comment. By the time I put shadows on a face, poor girl looks like she has a 5 o'clock shadow. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. That I shouldn't laugh. But
yeah, don't feel bad. That would be me too.
I hope you heard that. Mark doesn't color. He does other stuff, but he doesn't color like this. He does compute. He did what was it? Poser?
Yeah.
Computer rendering, which was really cool. And I've got some pictures. I think I have some pictures in my Facebook albums of stuff that he did. I used it as profile pictures or something.
I still have some in mine too.
Yeah. But the computer he was using when he wasn't very happy. It took a long time. A lot of what? RAM?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm putting in some darker shadows. I think I'm going to grab this black, right? Is that a black? That is a black. I think I'm going to go ahead and just real lightly come in here with the black and make some of these shadows a little darker, because since I've already got the indigo out, I can go over the black with my indigo and soften it a little bit, because I don't want it to be really, really black. I just want it to be dark blue. I don't think Prismacolor makes a Payne's gray, but I sure would like it if they did. I have Payne's gray in other pencils. I really like it. I think Black Widows have a color that's similar to Payne's. It's really easy to make if you're painting, because all Payne's gray is black and, oh, for heaven's sake, I'm drawing a blank. I'll think of it in a minute. Anyway, it's a black and a certain color of blue, and that's all it is. It's just black and blue mixed together in certain quantities. And so you can make your own. You don't need to, go out and buy the Payne's gray. It's way more convenient to go buy the Payne's gray, but hey, you don't have to. Okay, I'm going to go down here. It's an extreme shadow right there. That little bitty spot.
Pat says this is ultramarine.
It is ultramarine. Yay, Pat! Yes, it is ultramarine. It's ultramarine and black, and that will give you Payne's gray. Thank you. See, I think that's probably good. I'm going to put this black back so I don't accidentally pick it up when I'm going for my indigo, because that has happened, and I really hate that. I know some people, when they paint, they accidentally put their paintbrush. Like if you're painting and you're drinking coffee, you put your paintbrush in your coffee. I've done that. Not for a long time, because for a long time I wasn't drinking coffee. Okay. I know. How could I not drink coffee, you ask? Well, because my stomach they messed with it when they did my surgery. It was not fun. Not fun at all. I'm going to use the Copenhagen blue on the edge of these back here, because this is my darker side. So I'm just going to make like a little bit of a ridge that's a little darker. Uh-oh, somebody hit Mark's funny bone.
This is C.
Oh my God. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. It reminds me of my youngest son. When he was still in diapers, he and this isn't as funny as what you said, Mrs. Coffee, but it's kind of cute. When he was still in diapers, he had this disturbing habit of he wanted to take his diaper off, but he only wanted to take it off halfway. So he ripped the tape on one side and let it hang off his hip. And boy, when that kid pooped, he would just, he didn't care. Poop would fall out of his diaper. I know, TMI, I know. But it's what happened. That kid was nuts. He's a little adventurous. He just broke his collarbone a few months ago. He took a header on his bike, on his mountain bike, knocked himself out, and he didn't have to have surgery, but it didn't heal straight. But it healed so well that they deemed it unnecessary for him to have surgery, which is okay because he doesn't have insurance. So yeah, he's a little crooked now.
Joey just signed in.
Hey, Joey. But He was telling me one time that he was driving along on his mountain bike and he had gone to the store and he had stuff in his basket and he hit something and he went over the handlebars and so did the bananas. And he said that, and this is how he is. He said that he got up laughing because he was more concerned about the bananas. Oh my God. You can't have many visitors, can you? Mrs. Coffee, yes. The visitors, the naked people. No. Awkward. Some kids are little nudists, man. Okay. Let's put this round right. Show y'all what I'm doing. Just making this darker right here on the dark end, on the dark side, where they have cookies. Cookies. I'm just still thinking about French toast.
French toast.
Oh, French toast. That's not good. Since birth? Wow. Pat, really? Oh my God. Oh, geez. Lived in a nudist. Oh my gosh. That reminds me of the time that I went to the beach. I was going out with this guy named Tim. He was pretty cool. Him and his best friend Mike, and Mike's best friend, I can't remember his name, but he was a surfer dude. We're walking along the beach, Laguna, because I used to live in California. Walking along the beach, and all of a sudden we found ourselves in the middle of a nudist colony. And there's naked people all around, and I was like, okay, that's no big deal. But Tim turns to me and says, hey, take off your bathing suit. And I was just like, the hell I will. I'm not taking off my bathing suit. He would have taken his bathing suit off, but no, I wasn't about to. A, I burn in like 15 minutes because I have very fair skin. B, no. Yep, ain't gonna do it. That was weird though. That was something. I mean, I did not expect to be in the middle of it, just walking along, having a good day, and all of a sudden, well, not that that was a bad thing, but having a day, on a date with your boyfriend, and there's naked people all around you. How do you compete with that if you won't take off your bathing suit? Yep. That's okay. Just give this a little bit of a shadow down here, little curve. Is that over or under? I think that's over. Make that a little darker in there, because I think that petal is over the top. And if it's not, it is now. Okay, I'm going to move on, get my Blue Lake again, because it looks like I forgot to do the end of this petal, which is okay. And again, I'm not worried about going over these legs because they're going to be darker colors, so it doesn't matter. The butterfly legs, I mean. Let's specify. So, Mrs. Coffee, you're cracking up my husband. Now he knows why I want to go to your live streams. He's reading this and laughing. He's over there chuckling and stuff. That's cool.
Ah, there you go. Blazer says you compete with that with good cooking.
Good cooking. Well, I didn't cook for him because we didn't live together. I was only, what, 18? And I've always been thin and athletic. So, the whole boob thing, I know, TMI, didn't have a lot of that. So, yeah.
Just because the guy window shops doesn't mean he's going to buy.
No, I know. It was cool. I don't care if, I didn't care if he looked. It just made me really self-conscious. And I think that's typical of anybody, unless you're just like, I don't know, really super, super confident. And I wasn't. No biggie. Oh, man. What time is it? 4 o'clock. I think our animals think it's really late because it's cloudy here and it looks like it's about 6 o'clock. And they eat at 5:30. So he probably thinks dinner is late right now. Our dog is whining. And now he's in the kitchen. Okay, I am going to color the edges and the light side of the petals of this flower with my Deco Blue because I want to make sure that I blend that. I want it to be pigmented. I don't want it to look white, but I also want to blend it. And the Deco Blue is another great color to blend with. So I'm working on, this is the 5th layer of color, and I'm still going kind of light. And I'm trying to see where everything is.
5 minutes. About 4 minutes. Sorry, 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Oh my God, where did the time go? Holy crap. Oh no, Mrs. Coffee, you're not going insane. It's a kid thing. I think they do it on purpose. I remember when I was growing up, man, my mom used to do crazy stuff and it would embarrass the hell out of me. And at that time I was, I don't know, you know how teenage girls are. Oh my God, Mom, don't do that. Don't kiss me in public. Don't call me sweetie. That kind of thing. We'd go to this pizza parlor here. It was called Organ Stop Pizza. And they had this huge pipe organ inside of there. The whole inside of this place was a huge pipe organ with all kinds of little like moving objects and stuff. It was really kind of cool. But my mom, she'd sit there and she'd clap and she'd kind of butt dance and she'd sing to some of the songs. And I wanted to crawl under the table because I was so embarrassed.
Rochelle said no.
Oh, bye, Rochelle. Bird. Okay. Cool. Thank you. You take care of yourself. Take care of the birdie. Yeah, take care. Anyway, so I decided at that time that I would embarrass my children too, because it would just be, justice. It'd be like, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to embarrass my kids because I got embarrassed by my mom. Well, guess what? My son, my Alex, my youngest, didn't care. He's the kind of kid, you spanked him, he laughed at you. Spanked him harder, he laughed harder. He didn't care. Made try to embarrass him, he just play along. Oh my God. Talk about frustrating. That kid. So I found out one day when I dropped him off for school that there was one thing that he that embarrassed him. One thing. I found it finally. In front of his friends. Dropped him off for school one day and I said, "Bye, sweetie, have a good day." And he looked at me like he was mortified because I called him sweetie. And I'm like, well, imagine that. Anyway, so yeah, I found it. I found his embarrassing, funny, unfunny bone. his embarrassing bone, whatever. That didn't
Less than a
sound
minute.
quite right. Okay, well, you guys, it's almost time for me to sign off. I want to say thank you for everyone who came by today. Thank you so much. You guys make it so fun. I wasn't feeling so great when I started the stream because, like I said, I'm super tired and not feeling so great. But you guys made me feel better. So thank you. Pat, a big old fat kiss. He wouldn't have cared. He probably wouldn't have cared. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Coffee. I mean, you're welcome. I'm awesome. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that. You need someone to color with you. Oh, you guys. Well, if I wasn't super hungry and feeling the whole lack of food thing, I might stay a little while, but I really need to get something to eat. This whole diabetes thing is got me all messed up. So I'm still not used to my stuff. Anyway, here's my blue flower. So there you go. Like I said, I'm going to shade where the butterfly's shadow is going over it later on. I'll do that later on. We can work on this at another time. I'm going to try to do the fabric fold tutorial on Sunday. I will try to set it up and have it all ready to go. Or if I can't get that done, I'll do something a little different, but still a tutorial on Sunday, which is my tutorial day, it seems like. So, but Friday evening, we'll continue working on this because I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it very, very much. So you guys, thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for coming in and staying and hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. Take care. Thank you, Kenny. JoBeth, eat, says Joey. Okay. You guys are all awesome. I wouldn't be here without you. And take care, like I said. I'll see you soon. Don't forget about the steampunk event. That's going to be fun. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.